Good evening. Tonight is the January 22nd, 2024, 5:30 Lakeville Select Board meeting. In accordance with the provisions allowed by Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, the January 22nd, 2024 public meeting of the Lakeville Select Board will be held remotely. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to be viewed at a later date at www.lakecam.tv. Thank you folks for letting us do this remote tonight. We had planned to do it in person and then COVID decided to come through my house again. So here we are. Comes and comes again. Is there anyone else that is recording the meeting at this time? Okay, seeing none, we have all members present. We've got members Fabian, Carboni, and Day. Along with us is new interim town administrator, Mr. Bob Nunes. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us on day one or day two.
Happy to be
Welcome,
here.
Bob.
Thank you.
So with that, we'll move on to select board announcements, agenda item 1. So nomination papers for the April 1st, 2024 annual town election are available. You can obtain them at the town clerk's office by appointment only. The last day to obtain papers is February 8th, 2024. And the deadline to return them with all of your signatures is February 12th, 2024. Papers can be pulled from the town clerk's office on normal business hours from 8 to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Friday by appointment only. For more information, please call the town clerk's office at 508-946-8800. Does anybody else have additional announcements or shall I move on to Mr. Nunes?
I'm good.
All right, on to you, sir. Bob, do you have any announcements you'd like to share this evening? We're still getting going. Bob, can you hear me okay?
With that,
So
are
can
you
you hear me,
asking
sir?
me for my announcements?
Yes, sir. Apologize for the
Okay,
delay.
I'm sorry. Just a few things. My first day was on Friday, so I've been meeting with department heads. I started that today in regards to the fiscal year 25 budget. We'll be doing that this week and early next week. I'm meeting with all the department heads. I do have a question I'd like to bring to your attention in regards to presenting the budget to the select board and to the finance committee. I know you like to do it in a joint meeting. I was looking at March 11th. Now that is a regular scheduled meeting, or if you would like to do it on an off night. So I look for your guidance. I did reach out to the district school superintendent in regards to the Lakeville's fiscal year 25 appropriation. He said that he will get that to me, within the next few weeks, early to mid-February. Obviously, as you all know, that's a big part of the budget.
The 11th works for me. If it does for others, we might want to also check with the members of FinCom, see if they're available. Leah, Lorraine, does that night work for you?
Let me just double check here. So that was the 11th February, right?
March, I believe.
Oh, March 11th. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yep, that works for me too. So that would be for exactly what, Bob, like the whole presentation or?
Yes, presentation of the budget, yes. Joint committee meeting with the finance committee.
Okay, because we had the 11th earmarked anyways as a select board meeting.
Yep.
So I know that I was clear then, so I'm good.
All right,
Yep.
works for me.
That works for me.
Yep. Check with Chairman Plonka, have him ping his folks, see if they're available.
I will do that.
Thank you.
And the second thing is just to make an announcement that town meeting is on June 10th and that the warrant opens on February 12th and will close on April 8th at 4 p.m. Not quite sure if the board has already taken a vote on that or if you need to do that this evening.
We have not yet. We'll have to schedule that in a future agenda. So perhaps, Tracy, do you want to earmark that for either the next one or two meetings?
Yeah, I already have it on the February 12th meeting.
Oh, good.
Okay.
We
Perfect.
have not
Great.
voted on it yet.
Okay,
Because that's when we open the warrant, correct?
Correct.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Thank you,
thought we
Tracy.
had, yeah, if, Tracy, if you could get Bob those, the dates that we had already approved, leading up to town meeting, I'm sure that would be very helpful.
He has it.
Oh, good.
Christina gave him the list today. I gave her the list.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, good.
It's still, part of it's still draft though, because the board hasn't scheduled their May meetings yet. So I have it for the first meeting in March for you guys to schedule your May and June meetings.
Okay.
Okay,
Have
but
you already, sorry, Leah, go ahead.
June 10th, though, that is definitely town meeting.
Yes, I've got the school scheduled already.
Okay, good. So everyone will know, put that on their calendar from now if they want to be there.
Sure.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. If there's no other questions for Mr. Nunes, we'll go on to item number 3, discuss and possible vote on the select board meeting minutes of January 8th, 2024 and January 11th, 2024. Did everybody have a chance to review those? Were there any corrections or modifications you'd like?
I had a couple on the 8th, if I may.
Sure.
So on page 3, halfway down, before discuss impossible vote on designee for union matters, just the little paragraph before that, Mr. Sky said he would like to discuss a stipend from Miss Murray. I didn't hear any of that. So I know I was remote that meeting. I don't know what happened. I did go back and watch the meeting and it was discussed, but I didn't hear it when I was on the meeting. So I'm just pointing that out. I don't know if there's some kind of a glitch or something. I don't know, but I did not hear any of that. On page 4, the second item under discuss impossible vote regarding site plan review. I noticed at the second to last sentence here, it says Tracy, insert talk. Is that supposed to be in there, Tracy?
Yes, that was a note for myself. So maybe the board should hold off on these because I got to go back and watch the meeting.
Okay. I saw that.
There was a
Maybe
lot
that was
going
just where
on at
you
the
had
same
said something.
time. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll hold off on these.
Yes, I'll put it on for the next meeting.
Okay. All right.
Was there anything for the 11th? Or Leah, did you have anything on the 8th, even though we're going to hold it?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I did have one more thing on the 8th, Tracy, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
At the bottom of page 4, the first paragraph, the second paragraph at the end where it says, Mr. Sky said it is not a lot. I would just say Mr. Sky said that it is not a lot. And then right below it, you have she was on the trying. I would just say she was trying to get a well going.
Okay.
I mean, I think once you go back through it, you can probably figure out.
Yes.
Okay. And then that's all I had.
Lorraine, what did you say for Mr. Sky said that it is not a lot?
Yeah,
Just off the bat?
yeah, it just didn't flow right there. It said, Mr. Sky said that it is not a lot. I mean, maybe it is. Mr.
That was
Sky
in
said that.
response. Yeah, that was in response to how much we paid. My question, how much we've paid in legal
Yes.
fees for all that work. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the word "the" should
Yes.
just be changed to that. That's all.
Okay. And I'll look at she was trying to get a well going.
Okay.
Yeah, I know I asked questions about the well there, so if a well was possible, but we don't have money for the well, so.
Okay. If that was all for the 8th, then was there anything for the 11th?
I have nothing.
I don't have anything.
That was a quick one.
Yep.
Okay,
So I'll make a motion to approve the select board meeting minutes of January 11th.
Second,
okay, we've got a first and a second. Do roll call vote. Member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
member Fabian,
baby and I.
member J, I. Thank you very much. We'll bring the 8th back at a future meeting. Agenda item 4, discuss and possible vote to approve and sign the annual election warrant. Let's see. So this looks to reflect what we had said last time. Tracy, no, there's no changes here, right? This is just the second part of what we already voted on.
Correct.
Okay, anybody have any questions on the warrant?
Hold on. Did something get added in here? I didn't compare it to the other one.
Mhm.
We had to revise the previous vote you had taken because Nora Klein's term got added as a position on the warrant. And so now this is just approving the final warrant.
Okay,
This is what the constables will post.
Yeah, you were approving positions on the first one, and now you're approving the warrant in its entirety.
okay, gotcha.
All right, so I'll make a motion to approve and sign the annual election warrant as presented for Monday, April 1st, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Ted Williams Camp at 28 Precinct Street in Lakeville.
Second,
Okay, we've got a first and a second on the annual election warrant. Member Fabian,
baby and I.
member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
and Day, I. Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 5, discuss and possible vote to appoint the interim town administrator as the ADA coordinator, the smart growth reporting officer, the master plan implementation committee, to the capital expenditures committee, to the emergency planning committee, to the fire station building committee, and to the senior center addition feasibility study committee. So these would be the spots that Mr. Sky was holding before his departure.
All right, I'll make a motion that we appoint the interim town administrator to said positions.
Terms would expire July 31st, 2024, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Second, just
Okay.
some discussion.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Bob, we can definitely get together you and I on the senior center feasibility study. And then I know there's been some emails going around about water levels. I can work with you on that one too.
Yeah.
As part of emergency. I don't do anything else other than give you some information for the emergency planning part of that.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Member Fabian, member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
and member Day, aye. Thank you. Moving on to number 6. Discuss and possible vote on the request for reappointment of Mr. Kenneth W. Upham Sr. as constable. We had the letter from Chief of Police saying everything was good for reappointment.
Make a motion to reappoint Kenneth Upham Senior as constable with an appointment term that would expire January 18th, 2025.
Second,
Okay, first and a second, member Fabian,
aye.
member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
member Day, aye. Thank you, Mr. Upham, for coming back again. Number 7, discuss and possible vote on a request from the Board of Health to appoint Sophia DaCosta as an assistant Board of Health agent. Okay, so we've got the recommendation from the Board of Health for Ms. DaCosta. Was there any questions on the appointment?
No.
Okay, so this is for an assistant Board of Health agent, right?
Correct,
Mhm.
yes. And this term is
what-
actually out into 2025.
Yeah, I think the last thing we did was a nurse. Was it a part-time nurse? Isn't that what we did for the Board of Health?
That sounds correct. A few meetings ago.
Or inspectional services, maybe. Okay. But this is an actual assistant Board of Health agent, so she'll be able to help out Ed with his stuff.
Yeah, so she'll be replacing Gail Joseph, who's been with us all through the pandemic. So thank you very much, Gail,
Right.
for all of your efforts for the town.
And I think that this might be for, like food establishments, inspections and things like that. So, but, all right, so I'll make a motion, to appoint Sophia DaCosta as the Assistant Board of Health agent with a term that would be in effect from February 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2025.
Second,
Okay, we got a first and a second on the appointment. Member Fabian,
I,
member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
member Day, aye. Thank you. Moving to number 8, building committee updates. Senior center, is there anything to discuss this evening?
the only thing really to discuss, is that we got the final report. But there was a change of fee by the OPM that we're just asking for some clarification on. Also, we got it, I don't remember what day it was, and I know most of us didn't have a chance to digest it. So I figure, maybe Bob and I can get together, maybe with Lori Fahey from the senior center, and we can then work with you, Mr. Chair, to do the final presentation, get it on a select board meeting.
Sounds good to me. Let us know when we're ready for that.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, move to the fire station.
Yep, I think that's it right now.
Okay. Fire station.
Not much to report at this time, other than the group that was to get together talking about the needs assessment, for the fire station. They were meeting again to go over, what they had put together as a report out. So as soon as I receive that, I will make sure, that gets distributed amongst the board.
Okay. Thank you very much. Old Colony Regional Vocational Technical Building Committee, no updates there. I don't anticipate anything until early to mid-February, once the state has gotten back on the committee's recommendations for the architect.
Okay. We're going to new business after, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll save my question for that.
Okay. If there are no other questions, we'll move on to number 9, new business. Is there any?
Yeah, so Bob, it was, you forwarded the, what was it today that you forwarded for the school, for the mathematics or,
Yes. The Old Colony School received a state earmark, a state grant.
okay. But it wasn't for Freetown Lakeville Regional School District, it was for
No,
Old Colony, right?
It was for
Okay.
Old Colony, yes.
I think I saw $15,000.
Yep.
Okay.
And that has to be used specifically for mathematics or, right, whatever
I
they,
would assume so, yes.
okay.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other new business? Okay, hearing none. Number 10, any old business to discuss? I have one item, I think, if no one else has anything. I forget exactly when, but a number of meetings ago, the three of us had asked to look into some kind of online agenda system and packet system, and that has not happened yet. So I just wanted to ask, do we still want to try to have something put together in the near term, or do we want to defer that until a little later? This was, I believe, in an effort to make communication amongst ourselves and the 5 members easier, by not having to call and ask people like Bob or Tracy or Christina for information on every single little thing every single day.
I think it's worth pursuing, just at least to get some options that we can look at.
Okay. Bob, I don't know
Would
if
that-
Ari left you anything with what he had been looking at. If not, we can kind of start over.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
So Ari and I had been working with Civic Plus.
Okay.
We were looking at perhaps an upgrade to our current website.
Mhm.
And part of that was Civic Plus does have an agenda program. We did demo it. I mean, it looked like it did what it needed to do. However, the Civic Plus was after us to like move immediately before the end of the year. And we explained to them all along that we would not have funding for this until FY25, possibly. And so it kind of just stopped right there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, even if we could get a demo or something of it as well, this or whatever else, it'd be handy
Sure.
just to see what's possible. Some
I could
future
reach
date.
out to our rep that we were working with and see what he could get together for you guys.
Okay, that'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other old business? Hearing none, there was one piece of correspondence in our package from the Plymouth County Commissioner's Office, kind of going through to date how much ARPA funding had been spent and a few other items. So that was included in our packet for anybody that is interested. A lot of good numbers in there. Are there any questions on that, or should we move to number 12?
No specific questions on this, but there is a meeting of the of the Plymouth County Advisory Board. I think, what was it, February 29th, Tracy? I think that's what it was. So if anything comes up, I will let you all know.
All right, on the leap day, what could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, if there's nothing further then, entertain a motion for an executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining, specifically with the PBA Local 185, if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body and the chair so declares, which he does, and not to return to open session.
So moved.
Second,
Okay, roll call vote. Member Fabian,
aye.
Member Carboni,
Carboni, aye.
Member Day, aye. Thank you very much. We'll see everybody on the executive session link. Thank you very much, LakeCAM, for your time
Thank you.
tonight.